Offered at $7,500 and located in St. Charles, Missouri, this 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V is not just some ordinary old car you happen to see parked in someone's driveway. It is in fact a beautifully preserved rolling piece of American automotive luxury from an era that has long since passed. A time when the bigger the car and the flashier, the styling, the more it represented success and status. With only 18,680 documented original miles from new and just 2 careful owners over its lifetime, this Lincoln has clearly been cherished, protected, and treated as something special rather than simply used up like many of its contemporaries. And the result is a car that still carries itself with dignity and originality. The exterior wears a striking deep red finish that immediately grabs your attention and screams late 1970s elegance, while the matching red vinyl Landau roof complements the paint and adds that extra level of vintage class that was such a defining feature of luxury coupes in this period. Step inside and the interior feels like you've walked into an upscale lounge rather than a car, with plush padded red seating that looks and feels like overstuffed furniture, rich textures throughout, thick carpeting underfoot, and plenty of chrome trim accents that glimmer when the light hits them just right. All of it coming together to remind you that this was a time when Lincoln spared no effort to make their interiors feel indulgent and comforting. Mechanically, this Lincoln has been given careful attention to ensure it runs as smoothly today as it did decades ago. With the automatic transmission completely rebuilt so it shifts like new, the big V8 breathing through its original 4-barrel carburetor, and subtle upgrades like a mild camshaft and a fresh timing chain added not to turn it into a performance car, but simply to keep the massive engine operating with smoothness, reliability, and confidence. Make no mistake, this is not a hot rod. It is a proper land yacht designed to float down the highway with effortless ease, and that's exactly what it continues to do. Underneath, the frame and underbody are spotless and free of rust, which is rare for these large-bodied luxury coupes and makes this particular example even more desirable. It starts right up, runs with a smooth whisper-quiet idle that Lincolns are famous for, and drives with the same serene confidence that made these cars so beloved by their owners when new. The 1979 Mark V represented the peak of Lincoln's full-size luxury coupes, with its long body, wide stance, acres of chrome, and unmistakable road presence. And this example stands out for being not only original but also exceptionally well preserved. For a collector or enthusiast looking for a genuine survivor with very few needs and tremendous curb appeal, this Continental Mark V absolutely delivers on every front. Number 2. Located in Denham Springs, Louisiana, and being offered at $7,500 or best offer, this 1963 Chevrolet Bel Air is a kind of old-school American cruiser project that immediately sparks your imagination because it has the solid bones and dependable running condition you want, paired with a kind of worn-in, aged cosmetic appearance that tells you it's ready for a new chapter. The faded paint and honest signs will make it clear this Bel Air is not pretending to be a showpiece, but instead presenting itself as a classic with character, and more importantly, one that runs, drives, and is already roadworthy today. Under the hood sits a reliable powertrain backed by an automatic transmission, and according to the seller, there are no leaks, no overheating issues, and the car runs strong, which means you don't have to worry about chasing major mechanical gremlins right away. That solid baseline gives the next owner a lot of freedom. Whether you want to take it back to original factory condition with a careful restoration, give it a mild custom treatment with period touches, or go all in on the patina, an attitude route building a rat rod that looks rough but runs strong, the dependable drivetrain provides a confidence to pursue any vision. Of course, like any project car this age, there are details to address, such as the Bondo work on the roof that suggests prior repair or treatment of surface rust, and some light bodywork needed to smooth out panels if you want a straight finish. But the good news is the notoriously rust-prone quarter panels are said to be in good shape, and the floors appear solid overall. So you're not looking at a rust bucket. The seller explains that they're thinning down their fleet of project cars, which is why this Bel Air is now available, making it a great opportunity for someone who has the vision to finish what's already a good starting point. Early 1960s Bel Airs are timeless in their styling with their clean, straight body lines, large windows that give them an airy look, and minimal trim that lets the body shape shine through. This is the kind of car that will look equally good whether it is fully restored, mildly customized, or kept with a bit of grit and patina. For anyone wanting a turnkey classic they can drive now and improve over time, this Bel Air fits the bill perfectly. Number 3. Offered at $5,800 in Albertville, Alabama, this 1977 Ford Mustang Coupe is a rare survivor from what many consider the most misunderstood chapter of Mustang history, the Mustang II era. While these cars have long lived under the shadow of the original 1960s muscle Mustangs, enthusiasts are slowly coming around to appreciate them for what they are: compact, stylish cars of their own era that still carry the Mustang name and spirit. This particular car stands out because it is both original and unmolested, finished in its factory green-on-green color combination that perfectly screams late 1970s, and showing only 86,000 miles on the odometer. Under the hood sits its original 302 cubic inch V8, a reliable small block that has powered countless Ford products, and it remains paired to its automatic transmission, which shifts smoothly. Unlike so many Mustang IIs that were either heavily modified, poorly maintained, or simply left to rust away, this one has been preserved and kept in stock form, which makes it a rare find today. The listing doesn't make wild claims, so the pictures and details show a complete, straight, solid car with factory trim and chrome bumpers still in place, no obvious signs of rust or major damage, and an interior that is believed to be original and still quite presentable. For Ford fans, this is a unique chance to own a piece of Mustang history that's different from the usual, and it's a great candidate for preservation, light restoration, or just cruising around town and enjoying something unusual. The lighter weight of these cars combined with the small block V8 makes them surprisingly fun drivers, especially when kept stock or period correct, and they are beginning to turn heads at shows simply because you don't see many left in good shape. For weekend cruises, local shows, or simply owning an affordable classic Mustang that stands out from the crowd, this coupe deserves attention. Number 4. For the enthusiasts who love full-size coupes with massive big block power under the hood, here's one worth serious consideration: a 1973 Pontiac Grandville, listed for a firm $8,000 and located in Americus, Georgia. This car combines luxury, presence, and muscle in a way only early 1970s Pontiacs could. And what makes it extra appealing is the fact that it shows only 40,500 original miles and retains its numbers-matching 455 cubic inch V8 engine. That big block provides a mountain of torque and makes this car feel like it has endless power reserves, while the automatic transmission puts it down smoothly, making highway cruising an effortless, commanding experience. The Grandville was Pontiac's top-of-the-line offering in this era, and this example shows why. It comes equipped with nearly every power option available at the time, including power windows, power door locks, cruise control, a tilt wheel, and more, all of which were hallmarks of true luxury motoring. The styling is classic early 1970s Pontiac with its imposing stance, wide body, sharp body lines, and abundant chrome that gives it undeniable presence wherever it goes. The seller notes that the car is in very good condition overall, but is upfront that will need some cosmetic attention, specifically a new front bumper and driver's side fender, but aside from that, the body appears straight and well preserved, making it an excellent candidate for restoration, or even just driving as is. Interestingly, the seller has even put a deadline on the sale, saying that if it doesn't move by Sunday, they will simply keep it and restore it themselves, which shows both confidence in the car's value and a recognition that it's too nice to let go cheap. For Pontiac fans or anyone who appreciates big-bodied early 70s American coupes, this Grandville is a rare opportunity, combining originality, low mileage, and sheer road presence. Number 5. Priced at $8,000 and located in Shoalsburg, Wisconsin, this 1977 Lincoln Continental Town Car Cartier Edition is one of those rare classic luxury cars that manages to be both a time capsule and a statement piece, capturing all the elegance and comfort of late 1970s American luxury motoring. Showing just 27,000 original miles, it is clear that this car has been pampered and preserved, and it presents today as a pristine example of what Lincoln was offering in its most opulent trim line at the time. Finished in a tasteful two-tone combination of white and gold, the exterior radiates understated luxury, while the Cartier Edition trim package adds extra distinction that sets it apart as one of the most desirable variants. Power comes from the legendary 460 cubic inch V8 mated to Ford's bulletproof C6 automatic transmission, a pairing that delivers smooth, effortless power delivery perfect for long-distance cruising. Inside, the car is loaded with high-end features for its time, including automatic headlights, automatic high-beam dimming, climate control, and of course the plush, pillowy seating that Lincoln was famous for. Seating so comfortable that riding in this car feels more like relaxing in your living room than driving. The seller notes that everything works as it should with the exception of the rear power antenna and the air conditioning, the latter which may be repaired before sale. And importantly, the car has been driven on long trips and proven itself reliable, which is always a reassuring sign when buying a classic. More than just a car, this Cartier Edition town car is a rolling symbol of an era when bigger really was better and luxury meant presence, comfort, and power. For someone seeking a low-mileage, original, turnkey classic that is ready to enjoy, this Lincoln checks all the right boxes. Number 6. For fans of classic Pontiacs. This is the kind of car that's almost guaranteed to tug at your heartstrings because it represents a perfect snapshot of an era when Pontiac was building cars that combine performance, style, and luxury in a way that appealed to just about everyone. Sitting today in Winlock, Washington, and being offered at $7,500, this 1965 Pontiac Grand Prix is far more than just an old car. It's a genuine piece of mid-60s American automotive history that captures both the muscle car spirit and the upscale flair that Pontiac was known for. The exterior is finished in a classic deep black that immediately gives the car a commanding presence, and when paired with a vibrant red interior, it creates one of those unmistakable, high-contrast looks that define the golden era of Detroit design. This combination of colors was considered the epitome of style back then, and even now it still stops people in their tracks. Under the long, sleek hood lies Pontiac's legendary 389 cubic inch V8 engine, which was the backbone of the performance lineup during the 1960s. This engine is topped with a 4-barrel carburetor that allows it to breathe freely and deliver plenty of power and torque, making it a strong yet smooth performer. It's paired with an automatic transmission, which makes the car an effortless cruiser, whether you're navigating through small town streets, rolling down Main Street at a local car show, or opening up on a highway to let that big V8 stretch its legs. The car also comes equipped with factory power steering and power brakes, both of which take what could be an intimidatingly large coupe and make it feel surprisingly easy to maneuver and enjoyable to drive. One of the most exciting details about this Grand Prix is the fact that it still wears its original 8-lug wheels, which are beloved by Pontiac enthusiasts. These wheels weren't just about looks. Though their intricate design and polished finish do make them visually striking, they were also a genuine performance upgrade, offering improved braking and heat dissipation compared to regular wheels. Inside, the car retains much of its originality. The red upholstery remains in place, giving the cabin a vibrant and nostalgic atmosphere, while the dashboard layout, gauges, trim pieces, and unique Grand Prix touches are still intact. The effect is like stepping into a time machine that takes you right back to 1965, with all the charm and character of the period preserved. The car even comes with its factory fender skirts and trim pieces, which complete the exterior look and add an extra layer of authenticity and style. On the mechanical side, the engine and transmission have both been resealed and reinstalled, which means this Pontiac isn't just a pretty face. It's a car that's ready to be driven and enjoyed. With 107,000 miles showing on the odometer, it's clear that the car has been used, but the important thing is that it hasn't been abused. There is some rust present, which is almost unavoidable for a car this vintage, but overall the body is straight, the bones are solid, and the car remains a remarkably complete and largely original example. For someone who wants a classic full-size Pontiac that offers a perfect mix of style, performance, and nostalgia, this Grand Prix is a fantastic choice and a great platform to either preserve, lightly restore, or customize to your own taste. Number 7. If your taste leans more toward the big-body GM luxury cars of the 1960s, then this 1967 Oldsmobile 98 is going to catch your eye. Priced at just $6,000 and located in Ogden, Utah, this bold, beautiful cruiser delivers all the hallmarks of Oldsmobile's flagship luxury model at the time. Dressed in a bright red finish that ensures it stands out anywhere, this 98 has traveled only 76,000 miles since new, which is exceptionally low for a car that's nearly 6 decades old. That low mileage is reflected in how well it runs and drives, showing that it's been preserved and maintained over the years. The car is loaded with all the power features you'd expect from a top-of-the-line Oldsmobile. Power windows that glide up and down with ease, power seats that allow you to get comfortable behind the wheel, and power steering that makes controlling this large car surprisingly effortless. It even features tilt steering, which was a premium option back in the day and add an extra layer of comfort and convenience. Air conditioning is also present, though it's not clear whether it's currently functional. But even just having it, there's a reminder of how well equipped this car was when it rolled out of the factory. On the outside, the 98 makes a statement simply with its sheer size and bold red color. The body appears to be mostly straight, and the car starts up and runs smoothly, proving that it's still got plenty of life left. As with many survivor cars, there are a few imperfections worth noting. The automatic transmission has some minor fluid leaks, and the engine does drip a bit of oil. The vinyl roof will need replacement, and the driver's side upholstery shows where that could use some attention. That said, the structure is solid. The rust issues are minimal for a car of this era, and the foundation is excellent. The seller also notes that the car comes with a clean title, which makes the buying process straightforward. With its solid running drivetrain and a body that still presents well, this Oldsmobile 98 is a great candidate for light restoration, or it can simply be enjoyed as a weekend cruiser right now. With a bit of elbow grease and some refreshing of the cosmetics, this car could easily be turned into a showstopper. Number 8. If your style leans more toward compact classics with a dose of early 60s charm, this 1963 Ford Falcon Futura deserves a serious look. Priced at $5,500 and located in Prescott Valley, Arizona, this Falcon represents a chance to own an elegant yet simple American compact from an era when cars were smaller, lighter, and more stylishly understated. The Futura trim was the upscale version of Ford's popular Falcon line, and this particular car still carries that sense of refinement. Under the hood is a 170 cubic inch inline-six engine, a motor well known for its reliability and ease of maintenance. It's paired with 3-on-the-tree manual transmission, which is a classic setup that provides a driving experience most people today have never experienced. Shifting gears on the column is part of what makes driving an old car like this so enjoyable, and while the 6-cylinder doesn't deliver muscle car levels of performance, it's more than enough for cruising in a car this light and compact. The body of the Falcon is reported to be straight, with no major dents or damage. The tires are in good shape, ready for the road. Inside, the car is surprisingly clean for its age, with upholstery and a headliner that still look very nice. The interior has a neat, tidy feel that makes it inviting and usable. A dash-mounted air conditioning unit is installed, though the compressor is missing, so some work will be needed to bring it back to full functionality. The carburetor has a small leak, but that's the kind of issue that can be addressed over a weekend with basic tools. The seller mentions that he is aging out projects and is ready to let the car go to someone who will appreciate it and keep it on the road. He's even open to partial trades, which adds flexibility to the deal. This Falcon is an excellent entry-level classic, perfect for someone who wants something stylish, simple, and full of nostalgic charm. It's the kind of car that doesn't just sit in the garage. It invites you to get behind the wheel and enjoy the drive, whether you leave it as is, restore it, or customize it. Number 9. Sometimes the most appealing cars aren't flashy muscle cars or rare exotics, but honest, straightforward vehicles that have simply been well cared for and have proven their reliability over time. This 1996 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra SL is exactly that kind of car. Listed for $3,200 or best offer and located in Seaford, New York. This car is being sold on behalf of the seller's father, who clearly took great care of it. It's been garage kept, well maintained, and pampered throughout its life. For its age, the mileage is very low, which speaks volumes about how little it's been used compared to other cars of the same vintage. That low use, combined with careful upkeep, has resulted in a car that remains exceptionally reliable. The body is clean, the interior is tidy, and importantly, it's never been involved in any accidents. What you're getting here is not a project car or a restoration candidate, but simply a solid, dependable sedan that still has plenty of life left. Whether you're looking for an affordable daily driver, a dependable backup vehicle, or maybe just a chance to relive the comfort and simplicity of a 1990 GM sedan, this Cutlass Sierra is a great option. It doesn't make any wild claims or promises. It's just a straightforward, honest car that starts runs, and drives the way it should, which in itself is a testament to the dependability of Oldsmobile engineering, even in the brand's twilight years. Number 10. For those who prefer rugged old-school toughness with a clean, boxy aesthetic of 1980s trucks, this 1983 Ford F-150XL might be just a ticket. Priced at $6,600 and located in Waco, Texas, this long bed pickup carries a simple brown-on-brown color scheme that feels perfectly in tune with its era. Under the hood is Ford's tried-and-true 5.0-liter V8, a motor known for being durable and dependable, paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission with overdrive. What immediately jumps out on this truck is a mileage showing on the odometer, an eye-popping 999,000 miles. Whether that number is accurate, reset, or just symbolic, what matters is that the seller reports the truck runs and drives great. The transmission shifts smoothly through all gears, and perhaps most impressively for a 40-year-old workhorse, the air conditioning still blows cold. That's a rare and welcome feature in an old truck and a sign that it's been cared for. The body looks straight and honest, wearing the kind of light patina that truck enthusiasts admire because it tells a story without hiding the vehicle's age. The XL trim level keeps things basic and functional, which is part of the truck's charm, while the long bed makes it versatile for hauling just about anything. It's the type of truck you wouldn't hesitate to put back to work, yet it's clean enough to take to weekend cruise-ins or run errands without looking out of place. Backed by a clean Texas title and powered by a strong V8, this square-body Ford F-150 is more than just nostalgic. It's practical, affordable, and ready for action. Number 11. Offer at just $2,000 or best offer, and sitting right now in Berlin, Pennsylvania, this 1997 Chevrolet 1500 regular cab long bed is exactly the kind of rugged late 90s workhorse pickup that still has miles and miles of life left in it for the right person, especially if that person doesn't mind tinkering, wrenching, or giving it the sort of hands-on attention that an old-school truck deserves. This one is a Cheyenne 4x4 model, not some base work trim, and under its hood sits Chevrolet's legendary 5.7-liter 350 small block V8 engine, an engine so well regarded in GM history that people still call it bulletproof. It's made into an automatic transmission, so you don't have to worry about fighting a clutch, and that combo makes it both powerful enough to tow and simple enough to use every day. The odometer shows 133,000 original miles, which is all on the untouched factory motor. That tells you two big things. First, that this truck has been used for its intended purpose, real miles, real work, real driving. But second, that it hasn't been neglected or beaten into the ground like so many of these have. This one's been owned by only 2 people in its lifetime, and the current owner has kept up with records and paperwork. So you actually have a mechanical history to review. That alone is rare when you're talking about an old work truck. The inspection is good until January of 2025, which means you've got breathing room before you need to worry about that. And mechanically, the truck still runs and does what it's supposed to do. But here's the catch. Right now, it's temperamental when it comes to starting. Sometimes it'll fire right up. Sometimes it'll act like it wants to sleep in. The seller admits it could be something as simple as a starter, maybe an electrical gremlin, maybe even a fuel delivery issue. But whatever it is, it's up to the next owner to track down and fix. That means if you're the type who likes diagnosing problems or just enjoys the satisfaction of bringing an older truck back to life, this one could be an excellent candidate. It hasn't been hacked up, it hasn't been chopped, it hasn't been beat to death. It's still a true, mostly original Cheyenne 4x4 with the right bones. The seller makes it clear, no trades will be accepted. The price is firm at $2,000, and if the ad is still posted, then yes, it's still available. Bring cash, bring a trailer, and bring a little faith in what an old Chevy can become, because this will be your chance to own a genuine 90s Chevy classic. Number 12. If you're a fan of big block muscle wrapped up in a no-nonsense work truck package, then this 1983 Ford F-250 long bed being offered in Crossville, Tennessee for $6,500 is going to check a whole lot of boxes for you. This is not some beat-up farm truck or rotted-out old square-body Ford. This one has been tastefully modified, carefully maintained, and given just enough personality to make it stand out without crossing the line into overdone. Power comes from a 351M big block V8 engine, the kind of motor that puts down torque with ease. and it's paired in automatic transmission, so you can just slide it into gear and roll out. The gauge cluster was swapped at some point in its past, so the exact mileage is unknown, but it's running with functional digital speedometer, so you'll have no issue staying legal and informed on the road. The engine itself was swapped recently, and in that process the starter wire went missing. So the solution was to add a push-button start inside the cab. Some people might call that a flaw, but honestly, it adds a touch of hot rod character and makes it feel even more custom. Recent work on the truck includes a brand new carburetor, a fresh brake booster, new calipers, pads, and hoses, which all add up to a truck that's not just strong on the go, but just as confident when you need to stop. On the outside, it wears a two-tone blue and white paint scheme that screams vintage Ford in the best possible way. And the fact that the body is solid and carries very minimal rust is a huge selling point, because we all know how rare that is on trucks of this age. The long bed gives you real utility. So this isn't just a weekend cruiser. It can actually haul gear, lumber, or whatever project you're into. And to sweeten the deal even further, the seller is throwing in extra parts, including new ball joints, which means future maintenance will be easier on your wallet. All in all, this is a tough and charismatic old-school Ford that can serve as a farm truck, a weekend classic, or even a resto-mod platform. Trades are welcome, so if you got something interesting, it might just get you into this torque-rich beauty. Number 13. For the collectors, the dreamers, the people who still love a real American land yacht, here's something special. A 1979 Cadillac Coupe DeVille located in Moultrie, Georgia, listed at $7,000. It's finished in a timeless, elegant shade of brown and comes with a story that'll stop you in your tracks. This is a two-owner Cadillac that has racked up an absolutely mind-blowing 930,000 miles. No, that's not a typo. That's nearly 1 million miles traveled in comfort, in luxury, in style. That number alone tells you everything you need to know about the kind of care this car has had. There's no way a vehicle can last that long unless it's been maintained, loved, and respected. Under the hood, the original V8 engine is still in place, humming with the confidence of a seasoned road warrior, and it's paired with an automatic transmission that still shifts as smooth as butter. The heat works perfectly for those cold mornings, and the body remains solid. No bubbling, no flaking, no rust spots threatening to eat away the panels. The air conditioning is the one thing that needs a little bit of love if you want it back to full ice-cold functionality. But in the big picture, that's such a small ask compared to what you're getting here. This Coupe DeVille comes with a clean title, so there are no headaches with paperwork or ownership transfer. What you're buying isn't just a car. It's a story on wheels, a slice of American highway history. If you're someone who loves chrome bumpers, plush interiors, vinyl roofs, and that floaty Cadillac ride, this car will deliver in spades. It may not be perfect, but perfection isn't the point here. What matters is that it has survived gracefully with dignity, and it's ready to keep on rolling, maybe even to that million-mile mark. Number 14. If you've been hunting for a square-body GMC that hasn't been chewed up by rust or beaten to death by hard labor, this 1985 GMC Sierra 2500 out of Cedar City, Utah deserves a hard look. Priced at just $4,000. This truck is almost too good to be true for what it offers. First of all, it's only showing 85,000 miles on the odometer, which is shockingly low for a truck of this age. And second, the body is completely rust-free. Anyone who knows these trucks knows how rare that is. Under the hood, the engine runs excellent, smooth, and strong, and the automatic transmission shifts properly without hesitation. You could daily drive it right now if you wanted to. The body is painted a bold purple color, which sets it apart from the sea of beige, gray, and white trucks from this era. It's not flashy enough to be gaudy, but it definitely makes the Sierra stand out and gives it a little extra personality. The current owner bought it 3 years ago as a project, but like many projects, it never really got the full attention it needed, so it's mostly remained as is. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because the fundamentals are already strong. With a little more effort, you could take it in any direction you want. Freshen the paint, redo the interior, or just leave it as a cool and quirky work truck. It does carry a rebuilt title, which is something to keep in mind, but mechanically and structurally it's solid where it matters most. This is the kind of truck that makes a great canvas. You can keep it practical, build it up into a showpiece, or use it as a unique daily driver that turns heads. At this price, it's a smart way to get into the square body game without spending a fortune. Number 15. Sitting in Georgia with an asking price of $4,500, this 1980 Cadillac Eldorado is an absolute stunner in black on black, a coupe that oozes style and presence even more than 4 decades after it rolled off the line. With only 80,000 miles on the odometer, this Eldorado has been lightly used compared to so many of its peers, and it still feels tight and solid. The exterior is dressed in sleek black paint that pairs perfectly with its matching black interior, giving it a formal, almost tuxedo-like appearance. Under the hood lies a smooth-running V8 paired with an automatic transmission, delivering that classic Cadillac ride, soft, cloud-like, and easy-going. The car is rust-free and structurally sound, which is a huge plus, and it carries a clean title, so you won't have to jump through hoops when it comes time to buy. Like many classics, it's not flawless. It could benefit from a tune-up, fresh fluids, or maybe a few minor cosmetic fixes, but it's very close to being road-ready. You could have it cruising on weekends with minimal work, or put in a little extra effort to make it shine as a showpiece. Either way, the fundamentals are all here. This Eldorado is perfect for a seasoned collector looking to add a stylish Cadillac coupe to the lineup, or for someone new to the world of vintage cars who wants an affordable but iconic way in. For the price, you're getting an awful lot of classic Cadillac swagger, and in black on black, it's got just the right mix of muscle, class, and elegance. Number 16. Offered at just $2,000 and located in New York, this 2003 GMC Sierra 1500 regular cab long bed is a straightforward, no-nonsense full-size pickup that still has plenty of life left in it. The kind of rig that was built to be driven and used, not polished and parked. And even today it stands as a clean and original workhorse that could easily slot into someone's daily routine. Wearing an original factory paint and fitted with an honest, straight 8-foot bed that includes color-matched bed rail caps for added protection and a more finished look, this truck doesn't try to disguise what it is. It isn't about flashy wheels, custom lifts, or aftermarket body kits. Instead, it represents an unmodified and reliable early 2000s GM pickup that has spent its years doing exactly what it was designed to do. Underneath the hood sits the proven 4.8-liter LS-based V8, a smaller but highly dependable member of the LS family that has built a reputation for running smoothly and lasting well into high-mileage territory when taken care of. That engine is backed by a 4L60 automatic transmission, another staple of GM engineering from this era, known for smooth shifts and solid service when maintained. According to the seller, the Sierra starts, runs, drives, and stops without issue. No warning lights cluttering the dash. No strange sounds from the drivetrain. No major concerns lurking in the background. It's already registered, insured, inspected, and on the road, which means there's no waiting game and no flatbed required. A buyer could show up, hand over the money, hop in, and drive it home the same day. That alone sets it apart from so many cheap trucks on the market that need to be towed away. This Sierra makes no claims about being something it's not. It's not a pampered showpiece, and it's not a half-finished project. It's simply an honest, all-original, mechanically sound pickup that can be relied on. For someone looking for a dependable daily driver, a practical shop truck, or just a rugged old-school rig that can handle chores without fuss, this GMC fits the bill. And at just $2,000, it proves that you can still find a clean-running V8 pickup at a price that doesn't break the bank. Number 17. Sitting in Ottawa, Kansas, and listed at $6,500 or best offer, this 1985 Chevrolet C/K 1500 long bed is a true square body classic that combines old-school style with a dose of muscle attitude. With its deep black exterior paint paired to a bold red interior, the look alone is enough to catch attention whether it's pulling into a local show lot, idling at a stoplight, or parked at the end of a driveway. This isn't just a plain work truck. It's a truck with personality, believed to be powered by a strong 355 cubic inch small block Chevy V8. It delivers a kind of grunt and mechanical rumble that makes these old trucks so addictive to drive. While there's no binder documentation listing every part in the build, the seller says the performance and the sound back up its aggressive stance, leaving little doubt that this motor has plenty of life and power in it. The engine is paired with a sturdy 4-speed manual gearbox, and not just any manual, It's equipped with the desirable granny low first gear, which is a huge plus whether you're crawling, towing, or just want that torque-heavy launch off the line. That transmission gives the truck an authentic, hands-on driving feel that's getting harder to find these days. The body rides on a long bed frame, giving it that unmistakable profile that square body enthusiasts love, with the practicality of extra bed space to boot. It's not presented as a Concours-level restoration, but rather as a tough, good-looking truck with character, one that looks as good cruising Main Street as it does sitting at a car meet. The seller is also flexible on terms, open to cash and even trades, with specific interest in a Honda CR250 or dirt bike and possibly some cash on top, showing they're willing to get creative with a deal. All in all, this 1985 Chevy represents a solid opportunity for anyone looking for a square body pickup with style, power, and a kind of old school charm that's only getting harder to find at this price point. Number 18, offered in Lavinia, Tennessee, at $8,000 or best offer, this 1971 Chevrolet C10 long bed is a clean driver-level classic that's been given enough mechanical refreshing to make it enjoyable right now, without needing to go through the usual headaches of a full ground-up restoration. With just 1,000 miles on the odometer since its most recent updates, this C10 is already dialed in and ready to cruise, making a great choice for someone who wants vintage looks paired with turnkey dependability. At its heart is a reliable 350 cubic inch small block Chevy, backed by the equally trusted TH350 automatic transmission, a pairing that has stood the test of time across decades of GM trucks and cars. Supporting components include a 5-lug wheel setup, front disc brakes for confident stopping, power steering for easy maneuvering at any speed, and a coil spring rear suspension that balances load hauling capability with a smoother, more comfortable ride. Cosmetically, it's not presented as a flawless showpiece, but the body is straight and clean enough to stand tall at local car shows or cruise-ins, giving off just the right amount of vintage presence. This truck isn't built to shred tires or run quarter miles. Instead, it's about relaxed weekend drives, small town parades, and maybe even hauling a classic motorcycle or swap meet parts load when needed. The seller has a clean title in hand and is also open to trades, with campers, toy haulers, and possibly other vehicles on their list of interests. That flexibility, paired with the fact that it's already a mechanically sorted, road-ready vintage Chevy, makes this 71 C10 an appealing option for anyone looking to step into classic truck hobby without starting from scratch. Number 19. Priced at $3,500 and located in Phoenix, Arizona, this 1979 Chevrolet El Camino represents an increasingly rare chance to grab a classic muscle-style utility coupe that's both affordable and rust-free. Known for their half-car, half-truck appeal, El Caminos have a cult following, and this one has the bones to be either a fun project or an affordable driver with some light work. The body is straight, completely free of rust, and it comes with a clean title. Already a big win when shopping for a late 1970s GM. Power comes from a running 350 cubic inch small block paired with a TH350 automatic transmission. The downside is that the transmission is slipping and almost certainly needs a rebuild, which makes this more of a project than a finished driver. For someone with mechanical skills or the willingness to have it sorted, that's a relatively easy fix, and one that can pay off big once the car is back on the road. Inside, the cabin isn't gutted, but it does need attention. Expect a budget for seat covers, a dash pad, and a general cleanup to bring it back to comfortable condition. Still, the structural integrity is all there, and combined with the classic drivetrain and rust-free body, it's a strong foundation for whatever direction you want to take it. Whether that's a budget street build, a mild custom, or simply a nostalgic weekend cruiser, the El Camino offers endless potential. The seller is motivated, open to offers and trades, and is even willing to discuss delivery for the right buyer, adding an extra layer of convenience. For just $3,500, this is a realistic way to step into the world of classic El Caminos without overspending. Number 20. Sitting in Ridgedale, Missouri, and offered at $1,200 or best offer, this 1984 Chevrolet pickup represents the entry point into classic truck ownership, a humble, affordable starting platform with plenty of possibilities. This two-wheel drive 4x2 square body isn't running at the moment, but it's reported to have both an engine and automatic transmission that were functional before being parked. The truck has been sitting for a while, and the gas tank was removed for replacement but never reinstalled. So some fuel system work will be needed before it fires back up. The mileage is unknown and it's being sold strictly as is, but at this price point, that's to be expected. What makes it appealing is the condition of the body and frame, which are described as surprisingly solid for a 1980s truck in this range. The patina is honest, the structure is intact, and it has all the basic bones you need to go in whatever direction you choose. For some buyers, it could be a donor truck for parts or a chassis. For others, it might be a candidate for a budget V8 swap and transformation into a cool shop truck or rat rod. Either way, it's a straightforward, no-frills rig that still has character and potential. Square-body Chevys are only getting harder to find at affordable prices. At $1,200, this one represents a low-risk opportunity to get your hands dirty with an old-school project.